Chapter 24.
Arthur's on this craft that is...
Space car.
Yeah.
Air car.
It's like hovering, and it's described as being very fast, but with little sense of motion. Like it's got maybe like inertial dampeners or something.
Right, yeah.
And he's got like no reference points because it's all black.
Yeah, because it's the middle of the night. Then they take like a nosedive into like a hole.
Right, and there's...
he wasn't able to, yeah.
Yeah, I like this part where there's some kind of irritating light coming through the hole.
Yeah. Right.
And it tells us Arthur's incorrect guess.
No, yeah, it's ultraviolet.
Yeah, it's like Arthur guessed quite wrongly that it might be ultraviolet. It's like that's another one of those moments where it's like it's not really telling us anything, but it somehow like
yeah,
describes it.
Yeah,
it's like descriptive without being descriptive.
Yeah, and Sly Bartfast then turns to Arthur and then goes, "Earthman, we're now deep in the heart of Magrathea." And then Arthur's like, "What? How do you know that?" And it's like, "Don't worry about it. Those, we'll talk about this later, I guess."
Mm-hmm.
And then he's about to, and then he's like, "Oh, and by the way, we're about to go into hyperspace."
Yeah,
and it scares the willies out of him apparently.
Mm-hmm. That was a good line. But they then end up in this room that is that's almost not infinity.
Yeah, it's quite interesting because it's like it wasn't infinity. It's like in fact infinity itself looks quite flat and uninteresting. But yeah, like looking into the distance is incomprehensible and therefore meaningless. But the room they were in was like just very, very big.
Yeah.
So it gave the impression of infinity, which was way better than infinity itself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Which kind of makes sense when you think about it. Like when you stand outside and you look up at the sky, it's just like, oh, that goes on forever. So it's whatever, you know.
Right, but then if you're in like a one of those massive aircraft hangars or something.
Yeah, like a huge hangar or warehouse or something, you're just like, whoa, this place is big. So it's like imagine that, but where it can house like planets.
Yeah.
Which they then reveal that they are making or remaking Earth.
Yes, because of an experiment that ended 5 minutes too soon, or did it say experiment? Or just something happened 5 minutes too soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're.
Oh, and Solly Bartfast talks about how he liked making Norway.
Right, he won an award for the coastlines.
Yeah.
Very proud of it.
Lovely crinkly edges.
But yeah, apparently Earth was like commissioned by some
the mice.
The mice that are these pan-dimensional beings.
The mice were furious. The mice were. I do quite like that because it's the exact same sentence but with slightly different punctuation. And then for me, the mice is italicized.
Yeah.
So yeah, it makes you read it's one of those like small things that change the meaning of the sentence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Arthur's finding it hard to believe that the mice were running experiments on humans or whatever.
Yeah, but then he was like, well, yes, so I expect the dogs and cats and duck-billed plats, but it was like, oh, no, the mice are like, they're not like dogs, cats, and duck-billed, like, they're interdimensional beings.
Mm-hmm. So, turns out humans are just components of an organic computer, and that Arthur is having a hard time coming to terms with that.
As I can imagine. Oh, I guess I quite like how the chapter ends, and Sly Bartfast about to explain to him why the computer is needed, and he's like, it'll take a little time, and it said time, said Arthur weakly, is not currently one of my problems.